I'm Anthony. I've been playing poker for a living since 2019. Hit that intro.
Don't soul roll me if you get quad fours, man.
You folded king, king, jack, jack? You owe me $350. Your money should be in there too.
Did you bluff me?
Would I ever bluff?
I'm leaving right there. I'm on
No,
tilt.
it's on tilt. Thank you, sir. I would not lie to you, sir. I told you I had a full house. Doing the Lord's work. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
The $20 straddle is on, and I'm in the small blind holding king, king, jack 9 suited in hearts to my king. It folds to the button, who raises to 65. I should probably repot here, given the strength of my hand and my opponent's position when he makes this raise, but I opt to just call. There's a few reasons. One, I'm out of position and reasonably deep stacked, so I don't like playing bloated pots at a positional disadvantage. Two, a lot of degenerates in PLO want to just get stacks in preflop and play bingo, but equities and PLO run very close together, so you give up your post-flop skill edge and allow the gamblers to make smaller mistakes when you just get stacks in before the flop.
Button raises 65. We call.
Aces in the hand.
First straddle calls. You have aces or I have aces?
65.
That's the question.
The big blind folds, but both straddlers call, and we are going 4 ways to a flop of queen, queen, 10 with 2 diamonds. I check, and the first straddler bets the full pot of 265. Both of the other players fold. With that action on me, I flopped a wrap straight draw. Any 8, 9, jack, king, or ace will complete my straight. Of course, it's always possible I may be drawing to just 2 outs if my opponent is already full, and then I would need to hit a king. But it's unlikely he'd bet so large if he was already full given the board texture, so at worst I expect to run up against a set of queens. He could also have a flush draw here. He doesn't have much more money, so I rip it in. He's all in for 330, and we agree to run it twice. No, get out of here, Inez. Bad dealer. The first run out is 7-3, bringing in the front door flush. The second run out is 8-5, also bringing in the flush, but completing my straight. My opponent reveals queen 6, 6-5 suited in hearts to his queen. Yes, he called a pre-flop raise with this. Maybe if I had re-raised, I get him off of it. But looking at the equities on the flop, I was actually a slight favorite with 53% to his 47% since he wasn't already filled up. Unfortunately for me, the one board I managed to make my straight on, he rivers the full house to scoop.
Chop, chop.
King jack? Or 9 jack? 9 jack, yeah?
Yeah, 9
And
jack.
you have...
He's got 3 queens on the other one.
Yeah, you have
How?
queen.
Where?
Yeah, queen 5.
Oh, queen 5. Oh, shit. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. He put out the queen 6. I was looking at queen
Yeah,
6.
3 queens on the top.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so 3
Nice
queens
hand, nice
on the
hand.
top and then...
All right, what's the damage?
1, 2, 3, 30.
All right, nice hand.
There's 2 callers, and I'm in the hijack and look down at king, queen, 9-8 suited in clubs to my king, and I make the call. Next act calls, and now the button, one of the previous hands straddlers, opts to raise it on the button to 35. The small blind, big blind, and both flippers call. I call, the cutoff calls, and so we're going 7 ways to a fucking flop. Watch me whip, watch me nay-nay, bitches! The flop is king, queen, 3, rainbow.
Check.
Pot, 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 pot. It's 7 times 35 is 210, 245? 245. Plus, was there, no, that's everything. The pot, 245. Razor folds. Hey, Tom, it's on you, sir.
Tom.
All right, good lay down, boys.
You got 17. There you go.
Something like that. Thank you.
Thank you, pretty.
I'm under the gun +1. I limp in holding king, jack, jack 8, double suited in spades and hearts. The next player makes it 20. There's 3 callers. I call, and we go 5 ways to a flop. Poker Jesus about to nut all over this bitch. The flop comes down jack 9-3 with 2 clubs. I flop top set, but on a pretty wet board presenting a flush draw I don't block, and straight draws I do block. When it checks to me, I bet the full pot of $100. 2 players call, and I'm just praying to Poker Jesus for a clean turn card. Hold my wine, bitches! The turn is the 5 of hearts, as clean a turn as I could hope for. When it's checked to me, I again apply the maximum amount of pressure to deny my opponent's equity, putting out $400. They both give it up.
All right. You're the only dealer who's been treating me right today.
Well, that's a good thing.
All right, this is for the holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
The $10 straddle is on. There's one caller. I'm in early position with ace-ace 9-6 suited in diamonds to my ace, and I make the call. The button calls. The blinds both fold, and now the straddle raises the pot to 55. The limper calls, and here's where I completely fuck it up. Straddlers love to make the gameplay bigger. They just can't help themselves. Well, I've got the perfect spot here where I've trapped him into fucking up when I have a pretty strong hand and the perfect stack size to play for stacks. I should be back raising it here, but instead I just call.
Stop being a little bitch, you little bitch.
The button folds, and we go 3 ways to a flop of king 7 deuce with 2 hearts. The straddler immediately bets the pot of 180. He gets snap called by the limper. While my aces may be good here, I could be up against a made set, 2 pair, or a flush draw, and my aces just don't have a ton of equity in this spot against the range of hands I'll face playing for stacks. So I lay it down.
All right, I'll film this one for the vlog. Live vicariously through you guys. You want to be on the vlog? All right, we got the Russian connection. Are you Russian? What is it?
No, I'm not Russian.
No, in that general vicinity.
Sorry?
Where
Germany.
Oh, Germany. Okay.
We're in Germany.
I'm American, so it's all the same to me.
Munich is American. No, they're like the Europeans and they're Russians.
Gotcha. All right.
All right, everybody, that is my time. Good luck to all of you.
The live $20 restraddle is on. I'm in the big blind with king, queen 9, rainbow. There's a few callers, and when it gets to the $20 straddler, he pots it to $100. Once again, here I go fucking it up. I should be punishing these gambling degenerate straddlers and getting it heads up with dead money in the pot, given my stack size, but I just fucking call. Now we're going 4 ways to a flop of queen 7-6 with 2 diamonds. I check. The player on my left bets the pot of 400.
325.
425.
425. Pots for the 400.
400. There's about 400.
Oh, wallet.
English.
I said all this. Trust your ears. With the one hand in your hand, you're going to tell them what to do?
Twice?
I only ever play once.
Just once? Okay, guys.
I always go twice.
Not big bad. I did end up with a flush.
Ooh, 2 queens with a flush.
Wow.
Alrighty.
There's some limps and a raise to 20 by the cutoff. On the button, I have Jack 9, 8, 7 rainbow. Not a terribly great hand. I lack suits, and the gap of my rundown is at the top. But I'm on the button. The cutoff doesn't have to be all that strong, as these guys just love to raise with position with all sorts of garbage. So we go 5 ways to a flop. Fuck these a-holes! The flop falls 7-6-5 with 2 spades, giving me top pair plus the nut straight. When it checks to me, I waste no time in betting the full pot of $100, and they give it up.
Oh, show it. One time.
You got to pay to see these cards, baby. You know I had double suited aces, right? Thank you. Every hand.
Double suited.
Middle position has raised to 15, and there's one caller. I'm in the cutoff with ace 9, 7-6, suiting clubs to my ace. I make the call. The button calls. The small blind folds. The big blind calls. And we take a flop 4 ways.
I do.
Floor, table 1.
Small blind folds, big blind.
Yeah, they just come over and throw the money in.
$30.
5 of us going to a flop.
Yeah, I'm up $5,000. I'll come throw 200 in.
It's going to be 15. What are you saying, guys?
Germany.
So whatever you want here, he just went on our table, tested, and then we started 400.
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
player's rat holing. He sat here, doubled up in Omaha, colored up, shoved some in his pocket. Now he's sitting over there at a min buy.
The one you guys just moved.
He had 300 lap off the table, 215 here. He went all in with 215, double up.
They're saying he went south.
The flop comes 9-6-5 rainbow. When it checks to me, I flopped top 2 pair, plus a gut shot straight draw. Given no one else bet, I should have the best hand and draw at the moment. But the turn can change that quickly, so I bet the full pot of $60. I want to charge my opponents to try and realize their equity.
You did double up.
Yeah, 215.
Go, good sir. Yeah, cameras here, Bob.
Thank you kindly.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. By the way, you're poker Jesus, right?
Do I owe you money?
No.
Then yes, I am. Yes, I am, sir.
Hold on, I remember you. Yeah.
Let me sell you an autograph.
Maybe next time. Yeah, I watch your videos, trying to learn more about PLO.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Don't watch the ones where I lose.
All right, guys, it's my time. Good luck to everybody.
And now for some bonus hands from a PLO tournament I played recently.
Okay. Spade.
Shoo! Safe. That was a scary one. We are all in. It was a $35,000 bet. One call. All right, we got Mash out. And we got the other one out. We survived. Yes. Send the chips. What's that? Thank you.
You think I'd stay in there? Would have had a set of 9s.
I had a set of 9s, right? You wouldn't have had a set of 9s.
Really?
I had a set of 9s and I had 7-5. I had the second nuts.
Forgetting.
I had 9-9-7-5. So it was like, if they got 7-10, I still got outs.
Down to 3 players, we agreed to an ICM chop, which saw me take second place. So unfortunately, I booked a loss this session of $436, and I'm sure many of you will see a number of hands that I shared and say, why isn't he re-raising? Why isn't he trying to isolate? He has a better hand than those raisers. Those guys are playing loose and wide. And I agree with you in the sense that that's the correct play in the vast majority of poker rooms. Unfortunately, here in Texas, there is no isolating anyone, man. I've tried it, and all you wind up doing is creating a massive pot that you either play out of position that's bloated, or, you wind up all in, 4, 5, 6 ways, and you've got 18 to 22% equity, and you're just flipping for stacks against, a bunch of people, and the variance just goes through the roof. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. And, when you get into those situations where you're just flipping for stacks pre-flop and playing bingo, which is what the gamblers want, the degenerates want that, and of course, the guys with the deepest pockets want that. You may win some of the battles, but you're going to lose the war in the long run, because if you don't have the deepest pockets, you can't withstand that kind of variance. And I can't afford to flip for $1,000 every hand. So that's why you see me making a lot of just cold calls. I'm not shoving my stack in a lot pre-flop generally, just because people don't fold, man. I've had people calling with, 3, 4, 4, 5 with one suit, for stacks. They just, 9, 6, 5, 3 and, queen 9, 7, 6. Like, they just don't care. They see a big pot brewing and they get fear of missing out. They don't want to miss out on a big pot, and they just, it doesn't matter what their 4 cards are now. And so, your premium hands shrink up in those situations. Yeah, you might have, a few percentage equity advantage, against, 5 or 6 players, but it's super thin. It's super thin edges. And so that's just not the way I want to play. So, I understand if there's going to be criticisms for a number of the hands I played here and the way I played them, but that's kind of my perspective having played PLO here in Texas. So anyway, for those of you who have been watching GG Poker's Game of Gold, I've created some fun memes. I'm going to share those with you. There'll be 3 of them coming up. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you in the next episode. After watching a video like this, sometimes I'll like it, sometimes I'll leave a comment, and sometimes I'll subscribe. Sometimes I'll even do all 3.